Today is the last day for businesses to file their returns under GST. As of 10 a.m. today, sources telling us that 36 lakh returns have been filed. But this is just over half of the total 37 lakh who had registered. Not just that, sources are also pegging the total collections to be at around 60,000 crore rupees. I must mention this is as of 10 a.m. today, that is 10 a.m. this morning. The government, remember, was estimating collections of over 90,000 crore rupees. Now, while these numbers may appear to be below expectations, it's however also worth pointing out that many wholesalers, retailers were destocking in June and July, bracing up for the goods and services tax. And these numbers are just an initial reading, and the final figures, which are due on the 15th of September, could very well throw up a different picture altogether. Timsy Jaipuria joins in now to give more color to that story. Timsy, what are your sources telling you?
Well, that's right. As far as GST returns are concerned, what sources are telling me that about 36 lakh returns have been filed till today, 10 a.m. Remember, the window is open till 12 midnight tonight. And on August 23, we reported that about 18 lakh returns have been filed. Now, what sources are also indicating that this 36 lakh returns which have been filed has fetched government about 60,000 crore rupees of revenue. And we should not forget that July was the first month of GST where a lot of businesses were not accepting GST as the new normal. So a lot of sectors such as textile, a lot of businesses were impacted, small and medium enterprises were impacted. So this figure is not a holistic figure that one should look at. But yes, the figures are as of now that about 36 lakh returns have been filed and are fetching about 60,000 crore rupees of revenues. Now remember, there is a cut of cess in this, about 7 to 8,000 crore rupees is cess, and the remaining is IGST, CGST and SGST. So overall, a decent number to begin with for GST. Whether it becomes a more healthy and more robust number in the months to come is something that we need to wait and watch. Back to you.
All right, Timsy, appreciate you joining us. Pratik Jain of PWC India joins us now. Pratik, many thanks. That's the number as of 10 a.m. this morning, below the government's own estimates. But what do you make of the reasons behind this, Pratik? And do you believe that this is the teething issues that we're faced with?
Yes, there were teething issues. There are still teething issues on GST, and a lot of businesses were not able to file the returns over the last few days. Also, I think it's important to know that a lot of companies were not able to claim the opening credit. So once they claim the credit in the next month, you might see collection dropping. So one will have to then see that what's really the impact. A large proportion of this cash payment which the government would have received might actually be because of lack of credit for the businesses, because there was some ambiguity, etc. Let's see. I mean,
so you're saying the 60,000 number could in fact be lower?
So 60,000 number would be the amount of cash that businesses paid, and it is important that for them to claim the opening credit, they had to file Trans 1, for which there was no utility available on GSTN. So a lot of companies have not been able to file that Trans 1 and therefore not been able to claim the opening credit, which, as in the credit which they had as on 1st of July, which carried forward from the earlier regime. So therefore, yes, to that extent, this number might be a little inflated than normal.
So my final question, Pratik, are these numbers then going to be a cause for concern for the government? I mean, I would imagine that, 36 lakh returns filed as of 10 a.m., that's also below what the government was estimating. Do you believe that this is now going to cause some concern within government, these numbers?
Yeah, it might. So one is the return part of it. Around 86 odd lakh businesses were registered. Out of that, 10 lakh were competition dealers who are not required to file this return as of now. The balance 76 lakh, if there are only 36 lakh return which have been filed, then I think that's a matter of concern. Whether they have not been able to log in and file or they have not filed it voluntarily needs to be seen. Too early to really comment on the numbers per se. I think numbers will be known in the next couple of days, and obviously July has been a little slow month because you had a lot of sales, etc. happening in June. But yes, I think what government needs to look at is the GSTN system and really ensure that the returns are filed in time, and maybe extend the date for filing the returns as well.